As you saw before, that speaker that was here in the keynote, he talked about a guy here now, talking about Android architecture for multiple contexts, your app running everywhere. This talk related to Natalia's talk. Where are you, Natalia? Are you here? Then I know that we have a lot of Natalias here. Everywhere I go here, I'm Natalia from too. I think we have after the lunch, we have Natalia's talk. If you are here, see this talk, you maybe want to see Natalia's talk here after lunch. Okay. As you know, my name is Marcelo First Day, and let's go for it. Thank you. This is what I was waiting for. It's a I like it. Do you know its name? Do you know its name? What? Mustang. For me, it's a great car. I was in Disneyland 1 year ago, and I rented a car. It was, but that was a Mustang at side of my car, and there was a, and that's not a problem if you just power it on and just. And I did it. Obviously, I did it. As a Brazilian, I do not follow the rules. And I'm foreign, I didn't know. No, I was okay. It was a dream to me to do that. And I did it. And it was an awesome experience. Like we said in Brazil, I felt more man, like, whoa, I have the power here. I have and why, Marcelo? What's your thought about Mustangs? No, it's about experience. It's about experience to use something that you love, like single guys or single women that use Tinder for the first time, or as your mom using Facebook and seeing the people that she did not see for a long time. That's the same experience that we want to believe to our users. They want to say, hey, I love it. That there's a good price for it. I can pay a good price for a Mustang. As a professor in Brazil, I can pay for it. But I would like to. I see value in it here. Like people sometimes see value in iPhone. That's okay. But I'm not a user. I'm engineer. And as an engineer, I do this. Oh, Marcelo. It's not good to show it. No, that's good. And we can build. That's the difference. I can love a Mustang, but mount a Mustang. I can create a Mustang. I don't have the things to make it, but to software I can do it. But we must know that good things are very well designed, and it's I think that it's a plan of only for the air conditioner unit. I think it's only for an air conditioner. I don't know exactly all electrical stuff. Only for all of models. It's not a UML, but it's the things that mechanical engineers understand. I would love to understand this. And I would love to deliver Mustangs. But when we start the project, that's my goal. I want to create the Mustang app. It would be lovely. And I started to make some. I started to make some libraries or search for libraries that, okay, I don't have time budget, and I started to find some things. I started to build. The time was not so good. We had some problems, and we have this. Oh no, come back. This. In Brazil, it's called. It's from 80s. Sometimes we did apps like this, right? Let's don't lie. That's the problem. We plan good things, and sometimes it's not because we are not good. Sometimes because we don't have budget. We don't have, the user can't pay, or we can do that. So let's think about things we must improve this card. Not exactly, we know that we can't always deliver this. Or something, or there's a cool animation. But different than this. Okay. So, and it's about context. Very important word. As a professor, as a researcher in the university, I studied a lot about this since my master's and etc. I studied about the context, the user context, and how can we explore it to get more. Exactly context. That image again. I don't have Zoom here, but I invite you to read this article, this paper. This paper from the Giant Ant company. They made this article. It's about what exactly? Because sometimes we think only in this blue circle. It's about device, or hardware, OS, condition, familiarity, connection, and other things. And we forgot other things like, okay, your user is using in a smartphone. What about the time? Think about yourself. You are an engineer, okay? And if you see, or designer, or other thing, your usage in a mobile phone, you need to browse only one website per time, right? And in the next time that you use, try to use 2 browsers, like you do in the desktop. You start with Google, Gmail, Facebook. We have 4. You're browsing 4 websites at the same time. You don't do this in mobile browser. You will not do this. It's like one thing per time. It's about their heads working. Now, if the multiple in Android, it would be different, but I don't know that will be very fast. And used to be intermittent. Like you're in the bus stop, a lot of people, and in Facebook playing anything, Pokemon Go, anything. And here's walking, driving, sound problems, light problems, or even religion, social. That is different things that you used to have. And it's very important. It's about the design of my app. It's about what is the target? What's your user? Who are them? Do you know? You too. How many designers we have here? No one? What? Look for them outside after this talk, okay? Designers used to know about this, and we must know as developers. Oh, this thing is to designers. No, the responsible is all of us are responsible for it. It's to us, developers know it. What is the target? 2 phrases about it that's very important. First, if you want to know what your users want, don't ask, watch them. I don't remember the author, sorry, but for me it's very important. It's like, hey, do you want it? The user always say, yes, I want it. You in the requirement session with the want it. Here you say yes. You always say, oh, maybe he want it, but you don't use it. So the first thing, if you're planning something, test it. Like Google tests with their products. Like sometimes they create products to test. Google Glass, what is that for? To test. What? Wearables. Done. Test successful or not. Other things. I don't know how can I say exactly in English. There is not exactly a road to it, but jerry rigs is like things that we do, but was not supposed to do to make it happen. Like I need to open this door. I don't have hands. Okay, I can use my foot to do that. There are jerry rigs. There are opportunities. And when I see an opportunity, people doing something different, okay, there's an opportunity there, I can use it. That's cool. And in apps, it's important. Julio is a friend from Brazil. He made there's a university. You need to make an exam. You need to write a story. It's the most important parts. And he saw that people wrote a lot, but always in the school, and he thought, hey, if I have some people to see these stories and give them feedback, why not? So he did a very, very, very small system, and he did not ask them. He did not went to school and ask students, hey, do you want it? No. He got 2 people and to see the exams, to see the stories, and went to the students, hey, please write a story to me, I will give you feedback. And people fight for have this. And now he has a very good software to in Brazil. I am part of this project. Today, last week was nice because last week was the test weekend, so all people went to the exams. We had more than 1 million in the website and the app. We tried, we had some good feedback, and we did a system because there was not thing like it. And sorry, I forgot to translate, but it's a persona. Yeah, it's a persona that I did for my university. We called it Fernanda. Fernanda, 20 years, live with her is at half hour from the university, earns like $100 a month. She hates get bus. Obviously, she lives in Brazil. She had have problems to study because she only had 2 to 4 hours a day to study. There's a profile, user profile, or user persona, as designer says. Sometimes we at least made this. With this, we should say, okay, I'm sure that I will not make all users happy, but at least I will make Fernanda happy. Fernanda is only one person. We did the research. We test at all. I test, for example, there's the public restaurant. The public restaurant is very community, but the list of the foods, the everyday foods, is a problem. When you have fish, people don't go there. When we have meat, people go there. When you have salad, people don't go because it's dangerous. But these people really not. Well, how do we test it? Every day, people put the paper with the dinner of the day, put there. What did we test? Move the paper. Every day for a week, and people got crazy, claiming, "Hey, where's the paper? What is there?" and people claim it a lot, a lot, a lot. Then you are done. And you say, okay, the people really need it. I would ask all of our people there, hey, do you want the dinner list? They say, yes, 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 or in maybe do not want. What we did, we removed the paper. And people got crazy, then, okay, now we have a list of the dinner of the day there. And people love it. It increased a lot our feedback in the Play Store. The app is called Minha UFG. You can see there. It's in the Play Store. And it was nice. We made a persona and tried to do, from this persona, we tried to find more features to do it. And not only features, not only personas, but as an engineer, I always love to see this picture. It's an iPhone picture, that's okay. But I like it. The iPhone is pretty good. It's about technical stuff, too. And I think that the operation system is like this girl. We have process, we have operation system, and different process. Now with Android N, we have few wires. Like, okay, we will not be allowed to do more things in the background. Few wires here, so the ROS will be more restrictive. So we must think a lot about it. It's not only about memory. It's not only about battery. It's about connection to people pays for it. You paid for a monthly data, right? In Russia, it's by speed, by what? How are you charged here? Limit? What's the regular limit? 1 gigabyte, 2 gigabyte? It's like this, right? Yeah. So it's like Brazil. Great. So, have you ever think about? It's the user pays for the connection, and maybe I make them paying twice. Like what? Your app make the user request the same information 2 times. Users are paying for it. Have you ever think about that? For us, for me, I'm federal. So for me as a federal employee, I have to think about the community and all this kind of stuff. People are paying for it. It's not good. Let's solve it now. Our scope will be this, that star. Little scope. The whole universe. Oh, this picture is pretty good. For be sure, I put it to see how big, how beautiful it could be. It's nice. Our scope will be that. Only very few. And this scope, at least to me, is very important as Russia is so much time more developed than Brazil. But we have some problems that are very close. And that's problem that we will talk here. First one, that would be analytics. We want to know, no, not Firebase, go there. Analytics, we must know what user wants. We do not want to ask them. You want to watch them. How can we do it? First, Google Analytics. It's already available at API at Google. You can check the results at the Google Analytics inside Play Store and see all other things. You can download the app. You can download the app in the Play Store to see the analytics from your app. Maybe it's not exactly you, but you have a product manager that would love to see it and maybe don't know that we can see it in the analytics. But now, even better in the Firebase. The center of the Firebase is analytics. And one of the few things that is free in Firebase. It's free. You can make your own events. You can make almost anything. You can make group of users. It's amazing. And it's free. This word is good to me. I love this word. Free. And if you want to know more about the user, you can ask Firebase to do it. So it's great. We are using it. We discovered that a fun fact about that app that we did to university, that the user average, it was not only the students, but a lot of employees from university was using from 30 to 45 years. We didn't plan it. And we are already starting to think about other kinds of persona we could explore there. That's nice. We would never imagine that without these analytics from Firebase. In the case of our app, we are using the whole thing of the Firebase. We do not have invites, AdWords, and AdMod because it's forbidden to our scope. But the rest, we are using all of them. All of them. Fabric. There is only one that we are not using from the history. Crash reporting. Why? Because I know a lot from this Fabric. Fabric? Wow. It's why I'm using Fabric, right? You too. Fabric from Twitter, if you don't know, try to put it in your app. It's very easy. And Fabric can give us a lot of good data about their app, about the active users. Is really real time. That's nice. And for me, the best from the Fabric is not this analytics or the crash reporting, but this other thing. What we use from Fabric that maybe better than this crash analytics? Do you want? What? Crash analytics. Yes. Displays the problems with the amazing list of problems. We can switch off and switch on things, and user don't need to report, right? Like in the Firebase. But the thing that I like more than crash analytics is beta testing. In Fabric, we don't need to make a community in Google Plus that strange things and put in a Play Store, all this strange stuff. We just put them using the plugin Android Studio. We drag and drop the APK to there, put the user emails, then you're done. They receive an invite and could start testing. It's nice. And we can see if they started or not. It's even better. Do you start it? Yes. No, you don't. Go there. It's important when you have some different kind of clients. I had some of them, and it's important to make the client with us. Hey, come on, let's see if it's exactly you want. And Fabric is pretty damn good. And Android Studio is becoming even better. With the 2.2 version, it becomes with a lot of good things. I am not exactly a fan of the. I'm not a fan of the. Oh, I forgot. Sorry. When you rerun the app, it runs faster. Instant run. Thanks. I used to switch off the instant run. Sometimes I'm not a big fan of that, but Android Studio, if the new things it's easier to make layouts. It's like in Delphi times. Oh, like our friends for Borland. Hey, I love it. It's just drag and drop. Finally, it's like drag and drop, like we have in Xcode. That's amazing. For me, I'm an Xcode user too, and it's amazing. And now in Android too, it's very, very nice. It's very easy to do. We have also an APK Analyzer. I don't know if you have it. No, I don't have it here. But APK Analyzer is a very good thing in Android 2.2. You can check your APK if it's good or not. I can show you later. And all other things that finally Google are listening to us. And from a guy that used to program in the Eclipse. Woo! Oh, Eclipse, do you remember? Oh, yeah, sorry, I remember. Me too. Android Studio. It's not because Eclipse is bad. No, Eclipse is good. Not to Android. It's good to think about, okay, let's work with backend stuff. I love Eclipse. It's a personal question, but Android Studio, man. Come on. Oh, it's an important thing. I think last month or 2 or 3 weeks ago, Eclipse was totally deprecated. The support for Eclipse is a very important thing. Again, Google gave us the accessibility scanner. Please do it. Oh, you know, but I will repeat. Do it. Do it in your app. Make it better to people that can't exactly use the same than you. Oh, let's go to connection issues. Connection problems. What's the first one? Avoid repeated and not managed connections. Like this screen, we have 3 connections. Oh, there's a tip here. Does reactive programming can help me? Yes, it can. Like Obama. We can. It's important because like 3 connections. Why don't only 1 connection? Marcelo, depends the size. Yeah, exactly. Depends the size. If it's too small, bring them in only 1. It would be faster. The hardware is different. The connection is different. So it's smaller, put them in only 1. Okay, but they're different. Oh, improve your service. Think more about your service. You know, how can you improve it? Like if it's infinite list, like Facebook, asking for newer when you push down. Ask only for the newers. Don't ask, hey, what do you have news? News for what? Everything. I have unlimited data. I can pay twice. I can pay 3 times. No, please. You can ask for your lovely backend. The data, like, okay, what's the newest ID I have? 2. Okay, so the backend will only reply you the newer than 2. Great. Or older, if you drag down. And whoop, up, you can ask for your lovely backend. Oh, my oldest is 8. So the backend will reply only the older than 8. Not more, more, more. You are making the user pay twice. Or if you are using this structure in the wrong way, in this case, it could be even worse. That's where things like reactive programming can help you. Like, okay, I have 3 connections. I will wait for the response of the 3 ones, and when the 3 connection ends, then I will show the result. Okay, it's nice. Reactive programming can help you. Is about 1 more layer to make it easier. And today with RX Java, we can not only easier but faster. It's nice. And about the connection, I am here in a good Wi-Fi. If I ask for a list, I can have the full list, like these tweets. Oh, is not Russian here, right? Right? Yes? I don't know. Sorry, I don't know what this means. I put this in Portuguese. It was a talk. That's wrong things here. So I really don't know. But there is this, and this. This in Portuguese means nothing. But there's 5 tweets here. I'm over Wi-Fi. Okay. You're in Wi-Fi. But when I go outside, I'm not in Wi-Fi. I'm 4G. So instead of 5, I can ask few data. People from the backend will not, maybe will not like it. Oh, more work for me again? But no, it's more smarter work. It's like I instead ask you more things, I will ask you few things. It's always good for the guys from the backend. Why? Because sometimes the same people, you need to handle what? Infrastructure. More needs, more responses, bigger responses, more infrastructure, more problems, more work in the weekends. No, it's not good. So if you're in Wi-Fi, okay, hold data. Let's say not so good connections, less data. Brazilian connection, minimum you can. Like 2G. In some places there you have only 2G. And oh, Marcelo, but it's very difficult. No, it's pretty damn easy. Because the Android API can give it to us, not on the type, but the subtype. Like, okay, not exactly to Wi-Fi, but to the regular service from carriers. Oh, Marcelo is connected by a service carrier, and here is in 3G. So you have two categories. It would help us, and pretty damn easy. Obviously, we need the permission for that. We asked the user's permissions before, but we can see the connection type. We forgot it. Fortunately, we forgot it, and we need to do that. It's simple. It's ask, hey, please, I am this kind of category of user. It's about context. Think about the context I told before. It's context. Oh, context. It's sad, right? I don't like it. And sometimes we did it. That's the problem. I don't know about you, but I hate it. Yes, as a user, I hate it. And sometimes we did it. Why? Customize your timeouts, please. There's a lot of research about it. There's a lot of results. One result that is very well known is that users in mobile, their rating time is like 10 to 15 seconds at max 15. And what's the default timeout in Android? Who knows? What? 1 million. There is no 1 minute. It depends in the library. Some libraries 30, sometimes 1 minute. Sometimes there is no limit. That's the we need to think. But I think that limit is not about the library. It must be about what? Oh, the user context again. Your app context. What you're doing. Like we're doing the app to the exams to write stories. Okay. To get updates about the themes, it was 10 seconds. Why so small timeout? It was pretty damn small. It was just the image URL, the name of the theme, in the date. If I had a list, it's a small list, and this is just five per time, or maybe 3. We did 2 groups, Wi-Fi and non-Wi-Fi. But it's to download. But for upload an image, it's not 30 seconds. It's not 1 million seconds. For us, for our kind of problem, we put 1 minute. What? 1 minute? Yes, it was upload from an image. I will talk about image later. But we tried. We made some tests and saw that 1 minute was good to send the whole image in general. But it's important, customize your timeouts. Don't forget about it, please. Don't do it anymore. I did it consistently. It's pretty worse. Sometimes not. Why? Because after the end of the connection, we put all the result using the main thread, like no. Think about it. If you can improve that, doing something in background like images, right? Oh, again, no. Oh, you don't forget uploads, as I said. If even with this you're having problems, why not to think about other technologies to improve it? This graph is about decode and encode times with different technology, good technology, or the best we have today from Google to improve the connection, decoding and encoding. Flat buffers, protocol buffers, two ones, very good. Rapid JSON and PuGXML. PuGXML faster than JSON? XML faster? Yes, but it's different kind. Okay? It's a PuGXML. It's a very, very different. And JSON. Oh, JSON is very high. And the good news here is about flat buffers. How many of you knows flat buffers? 2, 3. Okay. Nice. Flat buffers, it's not exactly information being sent to, it's not human readable, but it's machine readable, like it's been like binary, and it's pretty damn fast. Yeah, as you can see here, is it faster, right? No, it's here. That's the difference. Okay, but what will be different in my system? You have to do something different in backend again, and the front end too. So go there and stop with polling. How can we stop polling? FCM, okay? Error. Don't show a blank screen. Show error. That's a lot of libraries to do that. And imagine, stop using PNGs, please. Go to XML, right? We have a lot of different things there because, and maybe WebP. WebP, sorry about the time, I just to tell a small story. It's about my dog. I cut the balls from my dog and took a photo after that. And this is, what's the original? The left or the right? The right. That size, JPEG. Now it's the compressed. And now, what's the original? The same. And what about now? This, the same image, with size. Now I modify the size and quality. The size, oh, but the size is not different. Okay, but from this slide, it was even bigger, and I make it smaller in a JPEG. And this is in WebP. 20 kilobytes from 1969. From 4 ones. So what's the story about it? First, compress it. It's about connection, right? It's about user context. Compress it. You can see these slides later. I put it in the web, and it's about 4 lines to compress it. Please do it. If you compress about 90, you have around. It's different from image to image, but you used to have 70% less. It's good. And use those libraries to help. About security, I think I will not say about security because you're Russians, okay? You know more than me. But allow backup. Take care about it, because if you put true, what will happen? Maybe user using ADB could read your data. So what you would do? Please do some security stuff in your data, not only in your connection. Geolocation, the last tip, let's be fast. Wow, use passive providers. With passive providers, you can ask location from other apps. You are, yeah, thug life. I'm asking data from other guys, and do not use a lot of battery. And your APK, use APK Analyzer and Android Studio. Can help you to find the problems with your app. And ProGuard to make your app smaller and obfuscated. Not have problems with the stealers. And UI, material design. There's Apple. I took this photo from the Apple phone. Indonesia. It's a very strange one. We have some problems with this different kind of cell phones. Material design is here to help us in support library, as I said before. And if you want to one more, I recommend some courses from Udacity. UX design, developing Android apps. Advanced Android app developer for me is the best one. The best one. Go for it. And Android performance. As I said, we have a talk with Natalia later. I think she will said some things around it. The same talk from Niro. And this time in Portuguese. Sorry about running the end, but that's it. If you want to do it more, it's my research project today. What I do in university to make the apps faster and more related to the user context. So if you want to talk more about it, I would be here to respond on anything. Okay? So thank you for your patience. Sorry about the time. Thank you.
Спасибо, Марсело. Вопросы? У нас есть 2 микрофона. Поднимаем руку и задаем вопросы. Все просто. Идем кодить.
No problem. I can understand. So.
Okay, thank you. Thank you again.
Thank you. How can I remove it? Oh.